How are you? Hakama, hello.
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yes, I'm very well. The club is saying hello to you.
Hello.
Oh, hello,
Hello.
Rotarians.
We're glad you're here. Enjoy the meeting with us.
Sure, I will.
And congratulations on your good work with polio eradication.
Thank you, Lee.
I'm Sandra.
Oh, Sandra.
Lee is over there.
I'm so sorry.
I'm tag today, Raymond. You can see I'm Sandra.
All right.
That's okay.
All right. Everyone, members, prospective members, guests, good to have you today. Quickly recognize that we have Steve Aubry with us today, our assistant governor, soon to be our district governor, which is quite an honor. Quite a lot of work too. Yeah. Could we all just take a break and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. Inspiration.
I'm going to read a poem. It's called A Prayer for Peace in Israel and Palestine by Rosemary Berger. The ancient scriptures say, they will not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountains. God of comfort, send your spirit to encompass all those whose lives are torn apart by Palestine. You are the advocate of hearts mourn rather than militarized. God of justice, give strength to those whose long work for a just peace might seem fruitless now. Strengthen their resolve. Do not let them feel alone. Show us how to support their work and bolster their courage. Guide religious leaders to model unity and reconciliation across lines of division. Guide political leaders to listen with their hearts as they seek peace and pursue it. Help all people choose the rigorous path of just peace and disavow violence. God of love, we lift up Palestine and Israel, its people, its land, its creatures. War is a monster that consumes everything in its path. Peace is a gift shared at meals of memory with Christians, Muslims, and Jews. Let us burn incense, not children. Let us break bread, not bodies. Let us plant olive groves, not cemeteries. We beg for love and compassion to prevail on all your holy mountains. God of hope, we lift up the cities of the region, Gaza City and Tel Aviv, Ramallah and Ashkelon, Deir el-Balah and Sderot, so long divided, yet so filled with life and creativity. Come again to breathe peace on your people that they may recognize you. God of mercy, even now work on the hearts of combatants to choose life over death, reconciliation over retaliation, restoration over destruction. Help us resist anti-Semitism in all its forms, especially in our own churches. All people, Israelis and Palestinians, deserve to live in peace and unafraid, with a right to determine their future together. God of nations, let not one more child or elder be sacrificed on altars of political expediency. Keep safe all people from unjust leaders who would exploit vulnerability for their own distorted ends. Give wise discernment to those making decisions to pursue peace. provide them with insight into fostering well-being, freedom, and thriving for all. Teach all of us to resolve injustices with righteousness, not rockets. Guard our hearts against retaliation, and give us hearts for love alone. Strengthen our faith in you, O God of all flesh, even when we don't have clear answers, so that we may still offer ourselves non-violently to the cause of peace. Amen. Bob will now come, and he is going to offer a blessing for the food that we have just consumed, even though he doesn't eat meat, so he didn't get to eat it. He is going to speak in the ancient tongue of Hebrew.
Let's pray. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadrik derech shel Rotary. Amen.
Yes, this is the protocol, and we pass it around every meeting, and the funds are used with the public library in Tyrone.
Okay, I'm going to put in some money for our new members. We have 3, and also I'm adding a $1 here, an extra one for Bob, our new member, who has lots of family illnesses right now that he's being responsible for. His father is usually cared for by one of his brothers, but that brother is now in the hospital with cancer. And then the other brother's wife is in the hospital, and so Bob is just having to do everything. And that's why he hasn't been with us in quite a while. So for him and for Dorothy Hart and for Wally, I'm thankful. You don't have to say anything, but you can say what's for. I don't believe that.
Sorry, this is all I have is supportive stuff. I do. I want you to have that. It's nice to have Steve Ivy. Thank you for having. Thank you for coming.
Do we have any birthdays or anniversaries anyone cares to fess up to?
Wait, we're not through.
We're still doing pot of gold though. Can we finish pot of gold real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, pardon.
First, thank y'all being with me in my heart this past week, 2 weeks. Steve, good to have you. And Bill, Holly, good to have you guys. And thank you, Mr. Bob.
You're welcome. Okay. Peace in Israel.
Thank you for our guests here today. Thank you for Wally and Bill. Welcome. I want to say something from my son-in-law who found out he was cancer-free yesterday. So, I didn't find out till last night. It's been a tough 8 months, but it's good to go now. So,
Yay.
And to the club.
Now do we have any birthdays or anniversaries? I'd also like to welcome our members in Cameroon. We actually have honorary members, 12 of them, in the country of Cameroon. And they attend our meetings by digital. Sandra, you have the one guest today. I'll just talk for a minute.
Bill, you stand? It's my honor to have a friend and neighbor today, Bill Duffy. You you'll get a more extended bio of him after sometime in January. January, he's coming to speak to us. Phil is a retired Army general, and I'm sure he has lots of good information to give to us. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. Billy was a major general in the Army and military intelligence. And I think right now we're seeing the value of military intelligence and the operations that are going in Gaza. Gail's not here. Do we have any upcoming projects or programs that we need to be made aware of?
We have Veterans Day, which is the 11th. The club has been, ever since they started Veterans Day celebration here, we have met there and met with the guests that are there and served coffee and pastries. So it'll be, you can be there about 10:30 across from the, I want to say post office.
Right.
Where the post office is.
Veterans Park.
Yeah, it's
Is that where all the
Veterans
flags
Park.
are today?
Can't miss it.
Carol, is that where all the flags are?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Veterans Park.
it's a wonderful experience to meet with these people, and have conversation with them. That's what we're there for. Not about the professionals, it's about the personal. Thank them for their support.
So is that our next project? So, sorry.
It's in the calendar. We have Royal Animal on the 8th. Well, and, then you have the after. It's in your calendar. So.
Oh, Rick, Charlie's speaking on the 6th, December 6th. Charlie Nelson was speaking on December 6th. That's what
Okay. Charlie is.
I'm sure y'all have done this, but I just saw something in supply basket. Have we ordered our Christmas tree?
Yes, I have this stuff.
The tree.
I have a tree. Okay.
I know, but it said, I thought it said you had 40 your tree.
It's been paid for there.
Okay. Oh, we have our social coming up on November 14th.
Third,
6
o'clock.
And I've got to learn to pronounce the rest.
And it's at the bottom.
Okay.
Great.
Chapultepec.
You like to go with that? Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. With my phone.
Yeah. That time of year, we need to be thinking about getting new officers for the 23-24 Rotary year. And that is due to be completed by December the 31st.
Right, December 1st.
It is the first. Okay. At any rate, it's not going to get done by then.
Yeah.
Is it?
Just
Will?
have the first part of November.
Well, we need to, we're going to do this by a club assembly as opposed to having a meeting, a combination, small.
Yeah,
sure. I was looking at, we have a service project scheduled for December the 13th. I'm thinking about substituting the club assembly on that date. What do y'all think? Number 13. Wait, Carol, you're ruminating over there.
Well, I thought it was December 1st, but is that correct, Steve, or not?
I'm pretty sure it's the first, but I mean, there's obviously flexibility in that. Gordon's been asking.
Most of the time, I think it's as long as it's
We have some clubs that don't nominate until here, February, honestly, but
Yeah.
obviously it'll be better.
Yeah, so we're okay.
Nobody's gonna get there. There's one of the things I learned at conference. I'll tell you, there was no Rotary police, right? But,
I
God
didn't hear
knows
that. always been my motto. Now, yes, if you're wondering what that noise is,
Just about to say.
they're having issues with this thing. And they said the guy that the office of the building manager said it only goes off when there are people in here. But they've had the alarm people out here dozens of times. Nobody can pick up. So just sorry. Eventually you just put it out here.
Yeah, we don't even notice it.
Turn off your hearing aids.
Carol, I need you to give us some help here. Would you be able to get in touch with Sandy and make sure this room would be available for us on December the 13th, that club assembly?
Okay, sure.
And I'll get out an email so everyone. And for our newer members, a club assembly is it's like a board meeting in the respect that it's a business meeting, but it's open for everybody who's in the mission. And for non-meeting officers to have everyone here. Also wanted to mention Toys for Tots. There's going to be an opportunity coming up, and Jeff White will ramrod the project, but just give everyone a heads up. We want to volunteer to be like bell ringers, as it were, be greeters at Walmart, and have a box for collecting toys. It gives some, I wear a Rotary today, give the club a little exposure. Also, I wanted to let everyone know that our grant committee has had our first meeting, and the members of that committee are Giddy, Carol, Lee, myself, and we'll also have Pat, who's agreed to kind of walk us through the process, which is quite an elaborate process, and the amounts are more than just what this club is normally used to. The minimum amount of local grant is $30,000, and it will be hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this project will focus on something Cameroon, and it's not difficult. Their needs are enormous, and they're also war-torn. Both over the nice gentleman that kidnapped 500 schoolgirls, I'm not sure they're operating in Cameroon. So, and they have a need for vocational education, women and children's health. And I mean, it touches on all the areas of focus that Rotary is concerned about. Enough about that. It's time for our guest speaker, Steve Aubrey, our Assistant Governor, President, as I mentioned, soon to be our District Governor, member of the Peachtree City Club, and also executive review provider.
I apologize. I thought I would have AV capabilities, so I'm going to try to bring it as best I can. I know this is a little bit uncouth here, but there are some things I definitely want you to be able to see. I brought a bunch of pictures from the recent Zone Summit I just attended last week, literally in the Zone Summit and action plan. So it was really super inspiring because I literally was around the best, I think the best leaders of nonprofits and Rotary in the world. So you talk about inspirational, and I thought it was really important for you guys to see some of the pictures because I was beyond inspired. So anyway, I appreciate the warm greeting. And again, I'm going to be doing, weird stuff, kind of showing everybody like show and tell here. Hopefully everybody can see it. So I'm honored to be here today. And I always like to have fun. So I'm a pretty energetic person. Some people call me hyper. I have a lot of energy, so I talk fast. I'm from New York, so I like to put a lot of energy into everything I do. But I'm honored to be here today. Again, you'll have to excuse me as I'm flipping around here in these slides. Okay, so agenda I was going to cover. This is way too small for you guys to see. I was going to cover my background a little bit, and I appreciate. I think it was Carol who snagged some of my background information, or maybe Sam. I don't know. But anyway,
Carol,
some information.
So you always have to be careful what you put up.
And again, I like to be interactive, so if I would like you guys to ask me questions. I'm going to ask you some questions as well. I do want, like I said, to go over the Action Summit. I was there getting trained as the district governor, so as a DGN, a district governor nominee. Last year, I was a district, forgive the acronyms, right? DGND, district governor nominee designate. And then now I'm the DGN, district governor nominee. And then July 1st, I'll be the district governor elect, so DGE. And then July 1st, 2025, I officially become the district governor. The hardest year for me is obviously, like any president or leader, is the 6 months prior to becoming the governor, because that's when I have to do all my heavy planning. And right now, I'm actually working. In fact, Saturday, I'm going to try out Lake Lanier because I have to select my district conference location for April or so of 2026 already. The locations in Georgia fill up in the drop. Yeah, the conference rooms and the places that you can actually get 400 to 500 Rotarians in 3 years out are already like booking up really fast. It's really hard to believe, but it is. That's how far out we have to be. So next year is obviously Lake Lanier, and I'm going to encourage you all to go to the district conference. And then the year after, DGE Gordon Owens who's in front of me, has selected Lake Lanier. So on the table for me, and I have a team already assessing this, Lake Lanier, Hilton Head's a long shot, Savannah's a long shot, right? Some people would say, let's have a cruise, right? And again, I found out that cruises, I love cruising, but they're generally like only 150 people or so. So you want to make it as big a bang for the buck as possible. And then obviously Lake Lanier, and then what else did I say? So I had Lake Lanier, Hilton Head, I'm having a brain right now. Jekyll. So 2 years, I said that wrong. 2 years in a row, Jekyll. I likely will be either Jekyll or Lake Lanier. So a lot of people are really happy about that because they're in Georgia, Some Rotarians say, I'm never going to district conference because it's not in the state, right? So anyway, you got to deal with that. So I do want to talk about and get more of a feel because I've only officially visited once. What do you guys like to focus on? Right? I read your bulletin. I know you're doing a lot of projects with Cameroon. And hey, Cameroon team, thanks for being on. They can hear okay then? Giddy then? They can hear okay?
Yep, they can hear.
Good.
Yep.
So I know you're doing a lot with service project using global plan. Rick said it. Is it JRCCA?
Yep.
Right? Is that right?
Yep.
And Cameroon, you're trying to do that. And I know I don't know if your pickleball project is a service project or a fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
What are fundraiser? It is a fundraiser. Yeah. So what else is everybody in the club passionate about? I like to talk about passion, get people excited about Rotary because I always am. I'm a 23-year Rotarian now. So what excites you guys? Like you're going to hear the word resiliency. Vibrancy, and Gordon's going to press that being a vibrant club. And being irresistible, like what drives people? Because to me, Rotary is all about the member experience. Go ahead.
I think my observation with this group of Rotarians here, they are passionate about service projects that will touch life and make a difference in our communities, both locally as well as international.
So is everybody behind Giddy's thoughts there?
Yeah, I am, absolutely.
Okay.
And I think sometimes our club is the best and feels the most connected when we're doing those service projects.
I absolutely agree. I don't know how many service projects I do a month, but I continually do them. And I feel that, to me, Rotary is this. The more you put into it, the more you get out, right? Some people call me like the unofficial mayor of Peachtree City. I'm pretty connected in Peachtree City. Of course, I've been there for 29 years, but everything I've grown into, I think, honestly, I can sort of somehow tie to Rotary, whether it's with our public servants or, all the organizations that some of them I know you guys know, like in our local community that I work with. it's all paid back to me, like in spades, right? It's just been, I do something for them, they do something for us, and it grows and it goes back and forth. And I've been fortunate enough to work at Cooper Lighting and currently at Eaton, pretty big employers, so that has gotten me extra leverage. And I'll tell you about the cycle I'm in where Rotary work and business, Rotary work and business, and then my community stuff all just kind of commingle. And it's kind of helped shape me as a Rotary leader, for sure, and obviously leader at Eaton. But anyway, I'm glad to hear that. And I'm hoping that your community service team or director here has Scott and is fielding a lot of really exciting projects for the club. Because again, like you guys have said, you get the most energized and the most out of Rotary from serving. Rotarians generally love to serve. And like I said, I was at this action summit in Bahamas, and I heard from, I think arguably the best organizations in the world from all over the world. So it's super exciting to hear the progress being made, and a lot of talk about Israel and Gaza. And I was super impressed that you speak Hebrew. Believe it or not, my mom's whole family is Jewish, so this one's pulling at my heartstrings too, right? The whole war, obviously, and I'm obviously a Marine veteran too, so I understand all the war piece of it, how terrible it is. But anyway, I'm glad to hear that. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to have and put together a great deck of projects that everybody can get behind. And then that's what attracts to me, what attracts new members. And again, I highlighted a couple things here. Public image, the yellow there. Public image is critical to member attraction. So in other words, using the official Rotary logos. Again, if you haven't been on the brand center, governors and directors, everybody, we're all getting tons and tons of training on Rotary's imaging, because there's going to be a lot more going forward. Strategic use of public imaging, getting rid of old logos, only using the logo in an official way to recognize Rotary throughout the world, right? 1.4 Rotarians throughout the world. 1.2 million of those are Rotary members, the Rotary actors, stuff like that. But using that image, like one image, is part of the unification, right? And the long-term strategic direction. And you're also going to see more of, in the future, not every single Rotary International president is going to change the theme. Like this year, it's creating hope in the world, right? Which is a pretty powerful message. Last year was Imagine Rotary, but we're going to try to get more strategic overall in the messaging, behind either eradicating polio or some of the other big initiatives coming down the pipe. And there's going to be more of 3 to 5 year plans. Like, so for example, the governor line, which is what we're called, so the 4 governors, past district governor, current governor, DGE, and then me, we're all meeting every single week. Some DGs meet once a month, some meet twice a month. But what they're stressing from leadership all the way down is, hey, don't just come up with your own little theme in 2025 or 2026. Like, let's stay in the game plan. So we're making decisions together as a team to enhance what? What do we get out of that? We're talking as a team. We get continuity. We get strategic alignment. We kind of stick more to the Rotary mission instead of what our Rotary leader said is zigzagging. We zigzag a lot. So this is a more cohesive forward strategy that most Rotarians are getting behind better.
Steve, are you saying one image like this?
Well, the public image stuff is going to stay the same. Like the way it's only the wheel and then Rotary next to it, and then your club name. There's guidelines now that are on the Rotary International website. My Rotary.
What you see on your badge is the way.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, if you look on any, just type Rotary on the website or in Google, and you'll see, pull up any club, and I can guarantee you'll find stuff that are quote unquote a little bit of a violation of the Rotary logo imaging, like the guidelines now. So they're trying to they're training public image directors and club public image folks more and more right now. And again, one of the things I'm probably today, if you haven't been on the My Rotary website, take a look at it. There's all kinds of learning. I got to do like hours and hours of training in it, right, to increase our education level. Anyway, so again, foundation, membership, public image, engaging, serving, having fun. Eradicating polio is still our #1 mission. I've heard that 100 times this past week in the Bahamas, right? That's still our main mission, but I also encourage people to learn at Learning Center. It's myrotary.org, EN, knowledge, resources, and I can send those out. So again, really quickly here, I'm a big graphics person, and this doesn't have the same bang by showing you, but I do a lot of graphical stuff. This is me in a nutshell. So I've been at Eaton for almost 20 years with Trooper Lighting. I was a Marine Corps officer with U.S. Naval Academy. I've been in Rotary for 20 years. I've done all kinds of, like, literally hundreds of projects throughout the years. That's what's made me super passionate about Rotary, serving others, continuation. I know we have how many veterans in our room? 2, 3, 4, like more than half the club is veterans. That's amazing. So thank you all for your service, General Wally. You guys are the newest guests here, and it's really amazing that you have the values of the military. And thank you to all of our other veterans. And you're a fellow devil dog too, right? So Toys for Tots. So we have a lot of veteran engagement here. But yeah, so I was the president of my club. Beach City Club is now 123 members. We're, I think, arguably your closest neighbors here in distance, right? Pretty close. So you guys are always welcome to come to our club meetings on Thursday. In fact, this Thursday, tomorrow at noon, we're doing our big Veterans Day celebration. I originally wasn't going to be there. I was supposed to be somewhere else for work, but I'm going to be there tomorrow now, which is pretty cool. Again, I want to show you really quickly too. I won Eaton, my company. So Eaton is my company, is a $21 billion company. We have 85,000 employees. We're in 125 companies throughout the world. But I won the highest community service award honor you can get out of 85,000 people, right? So what the company did for me is they gave me like a half-hour airtime in front of the whole company, the president, CEO, my boss's boss, that kind of thing. And they gave me like almost $6,000 that I was able to give out. So I gave, and again, I know so many organizations and so many tug at my heartstrings. I finally had to come down to who am I going to give it to, right? So I divvied the money up to Midwest Food Bank. I know you guys know them and love them, right? You're always doing service projects there. I gave it to Promise Place, which helps out, women and children. In Fayetteville, I gave it to Southside Support, of which I'm a board member, for helps special needs families. And then I always have the heartstrings for my veterans, firefighters, and police. So the chiefs and their teams in there, and Brent Briggs, who runs Eden Project, are all there. So really hard to determine who gets what, but I also give to a lot of different organizations, and they're all great. And again, they're great to do service projects at. So it's hard, And again, I'm a major donor of Rotary right now. And again, if you guys don't know, when you're a major donor, Sandra is there too. You get this I don't know if it's called a diamond or what it's called, whatever the shape's called. But you get a diamond on the top. But again, we highly encourage everybody to try to become a Paul Harris Fellow. And then Paul Harris Society here, you give every single year $1,000. So I'm working on my next diamond. So I really, really want to be a $25,000 donor before I'm district governor. So I'm working on that right now, pumping money into the foundation. And I want to have my second diamond while I'm governor, right? So that's a personal goal of mine. But again, I was super happy to be able to give to local communities. So I wanted to cover some of the things I saw at the Action Summit really quickly here. And again, just to give you the names, and then I'll show you some pictures really quick. It's kind of hard to show this time. Gordon McAnally was there. Gordon McAnally is who? He's the president of Rotary International. He's the president of RI right now. So he's the big boss, right? John Hugo was there. John is a 6-language secretary general, basically the CEO of the business side of Rotary. He speaks 6 languages. Amazing guy. So anyway, Gordon spoke about peace, creating hope in the world. Again, these are multiple periods of discussion. The Secretary General, John Hugo, spoke about the member experience, core values of Rotary, continuity, 3-year 5 plans, and Rotary action plan, which I'm going to show you. Our own director is Jeremy Hurst, and he's from the Cayman Islands. He's an amazing leader, amazing speaker, just an outstanding gentleman. He spoke about membership and continuity, and then Barry Rassam, Carol may remember that name pretty well. He was our Rotary International president from the Bahamas. He was there all over the place. 2015, 16, and now he's the president. He's the trustee leader, the Rotary Foundation leader. And then I went to help workshops on mental health, membership foundation, heard about irresistible clubs, growing and mentoring others. A lot of workshops, a lot of just different things to do work in, and engage with other members and make presentations all week. And then I also we heard about the divided world we're in, mainly Israel and Palestine there. UNICEF heard from several foundation trustees. Rotary is one of the best charities in the world. It's 4-star Charity Navigator rated, one of the most efficient and best places in the world to put your money as a 501c3. and you hear about all the impact it makes. And that's what encourages people to give. Because almost every single dollar goes to actual projects throughout the world. Youth programs, all kinds of youth programs, and then a lot of environmental stuff. And then we heard from our future director, who takes over next year, Patrick Deacons. So anyway, let me just kind of show you. I know this is not the best way to show. This is our current leadership team, except for George was there, Andre and Gordon, then me, and then just some other folks there. The current DG line with Bob Hagan. Then we have Barry Rassin, John Hugo, Gordon, and then a trustee. So I know it's hard to point these all out, but just various pictures. We had a block party. We had a lot of really cool stuff there with all the Rotary leaders in the world. And I'm shameless enough to say, hey, can I get a picture with you? So I did that several times. So how much time do I have right now? How much am I doing?
Good.
Good? So these are really small graphics, which will look a lot better when they're displayed. They haven't even come out yet. They're hot off the press. They're going to come out electronically. So unfortunately, I had to take a picture of them and stick them in my PowerPoint, which some people would say is uncouth. You can see my table edge right there, but they're going to send it out to us electronically. These are pictures of paper in PowerPoint. So anyway, the Rotary Action Plan. Everybody knows the Rotary Action Plans. Again, you're going to hear this more frequently pretty soon. It's increasing our impact, enhancing participant engagement, expanding our reach, and improving our ability or increasing our ability to adapt. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. So it basically means that we want to have better member experiences. Like what makes our members happy? What would make you want to ask another friend or community leader, those who want to serve, come into this esteemed organization? What does it take, right? That. Increasing our impact. Like what can we do more in the world? We're a membership organization that does community service. Like how do we grow membership to improve and get extra viewpoints, from folks all over the world, diverse trains of diverse thoughts to make us grow as an organization, right? Where can we do projects? Where can we have the most impact? Increasing our ability to adapt. Like we are an organization that's been around for well over 100 years, but in the last 10 or so, everything's changed more rapidly than probably the first 90 years, right? Everything's going electronic. AI, artificial intelligence is increasingly getting more involved in our day-to-day lives. There's so many things that are changing so fast. And again, we want to recruit. We want to recruit for the leaders of the future too. We have to adapt to making Rotary attractive to those members. I'm not saying we don't need to become AI robots or anything like that, but we need to enhance our skills and be adaptable. I've been super impressed the more and more I dig into the Rotary Learning Center, because I'm required to. But Rotary has just put almost tons and tons of knowledge, no matter what your role in the club is, no matter what you want to do as a leader, everything is there available for training with videos and quizzes. And that's all come out in the last couple of years, and it's getting better and better every day. I've been speaking to Rick because we've had some challenges about putting some of the data into RCC, Rotary Club Central, and our systems still don't. And I literally asked Gordon McAnally about it, because a couple of weeks ago, I talked to Rick and some of the other presidents and that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. I said, hey, our systems don't talk to each other. Is Rotary IT working on improving our systems? Right? Because it's one of our strategic. Yes. John Hugo, same question. He got asked it by somebody else. They are working to make systems talk to each other. Like we have DACDB. We have, some of you guys know, so DACDB. We have our district website, which is pretty good. Rotary International. We have this map system, blah, blah, blah. So, right, some of these systems talk to each other, and some don't. They're working on that strategically. And it's a critical thing, not an easy thing to do overnight, but they're guaranteeing me that they're working on it. Which I'm like, hallelujah, right? Because when you have to look all over the place. Unfortunately for our four presidents, we just want them to be able to put their goals in, lead their clubs, do good projects, bring in members, and drive foundation, and blah, blah, blah. But, you have to work around entering and re-entering. It's just not really the best use of your time. And I'm a huge proponent of do things right the first time and be efficient about it and eliminate waste, right? That's how I've been trained. It's called Lean Six Sigma. Eliminate anything that doesn't add value, right? Just get rid of it. That's what we do in corporations. And expanding our reach, developing a plan of action and making sure where we reach out to people that are different viewpoints, different locations. We're recruiting members that are different than us, that can help us with our mission overall, right? So that's a pretty big part of it. And then last but not least here, the club experience matters. So again, this is a cool graphic. You put a lot of thought into this. Meeting enjoyment. Are you guys having fun in your meetings? This is from the club experience photo, right? The club experience, like we said, matters the most, right? You guys, Rotaries are our customers. Rotarians are the customers of Rotary organization, right? You are. So your experienced members, like if you're happy in your club, you're going to invite more people to your club, right? Then we have more inputs. So it's really important that the feedback loop is there and you're getting a lot out of your club and you're enjoying yourself as a Rotarian. And again, I highly recommend if you have fun and doing a club survey to find out what that makes each of you tick and say, I want to do this. You say, well, let's talk about it and let's see if we can't do this project where we help raise service animals or donate to a service animal, and making stuff up, right? Or I want to do more for Toys for Tots or more for Midwest Youth Bank, whatever it is. So it's really important that members do more when they're passionate about it. Right? I'm a great example of that. Confidence in your club leadership is also the number one or number two reason for for a part of the membership experience. So having good leaders, as what Rick mentioned before, really truly selecting your next leader of the club. Being club leaders is really important. I know you're a small club, so some of you may wear multiple hats as is, but it's important to pick them and be confident in your leader, right? It's critical part of the club experience. Personal growth opportunities. And other things we're finding out, particularly from our younger members, is they want to learn how to publicly speak. They want to learn how to be a leader. They want to learn how to take on projects. They want to learn how to seek out the more experienced members of our organization so they can learn from their experiences. That helps them develop. That's a big attraction to Rotary, right? We're business and community leaders. That's a huge resource that's available for younger Rotaractors that may want to step up to be a Rotarian, because it enhances their business skills or their just overall community skills. That's a huge opportunity, and it's another part of having a good club experience. And then connections. Networking is really important to Rotarians too. Being able to connect with other members. My CPA is a Rotarian. Some of my physicians have been Rotarians. My lawyers have been Rotarians. I've known for years. So that's part of that. You had part of not the primary mission, but it's definitely an opportunity. And then meaningful service, as I mentioned before. Having good projects that help you get passionate about doing that service project. When you're taking 2 hours out of your dinner time or 2 hours on a Saturday morning, you want to make sure that you're actually having a great fellowship, feeling like you're getting something out of that. That's like a really quick summary of the club experience. And I have all kinds of other slides, and I can teach things and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go. But I did want to show you, like, this is some pictures from my local. What I want to show more than anything is just the use of logos and how important public imaging is. And you guys, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll probably see that I brand and put tons and tons of pictures, mostly doing Rotary stuff. Just because, and I don't use all the public imaging stuff, but I do get out what is important to the Rotary mission out there to show that we are a community service organization. And I know that we get members from it, and I know some of you guys probably do too. It's important just to keep spreading the word, liking things on Facebook, Instagram, or even like I have almost 8,000 followers on LinkedIn. Sometimes I put things on LinkedIn about my Rotary service or service projects. I do it for my company all the time. I can put a posting on LinkedIn now, and sometimes I get 75,000 likes or views for LinkedIn. So people in my company ask me to, hey, I got a job posting. Can I put it out there? So I do strategically. I just don't put everything out there. I do. Company asks me to help. So, but anyway, that's what I wanted to cover today. What do you have for me? Master's degree in about 20 minutes, right? At Rotary.
You're talking about networking and jobs. If you look at this group right here, we're on the
tail end.
We don't do business networking, but there is a lot of networking amongst service industry.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're.
No, absolutely.
That.
Yeah, the good thing about Rotary is you tailor the experience to what your club is. Your club is not. I'm looking around the room, and I don't think anybody comes over 30, right? Maybe from the Cameroon, but I don't know. I can't see them all.
Yeah, and they have a question for you.
Okay. Yeah, but again, you have clubs that are cause-based, that are younger folks, They asked.
Yeah. Question they ask online is how do they overcome the myth? Some people looking at this huge organization that is doing all this work,
yeah,
and affecting more than 80%, but a certain 20% out there still has a myth about Rotarians as, I mean, I'm sorry to use the word, as called evil. That is the myth across Africa. And the point we're saying is that your diversity program is one of the ways. That's that's my response to them.
Right.
The actions of the Rotary Club speaking to themselves.
Right.
But I leave the rest to you. Maybe you can amplify that here. Help them clear that myth.
I don't know if I fully understand. You're saying that 80%
are doing good.
Are doing 80%.
Yes.
Oh,
and
20%.
20 saying that, yeah.
Oh,
have
okay.
a different view, yeah.
You know, again, I think any organization occasionally has people don't have our core values, and I should have spoke more about our core values.
There you go.
Rotarians always live by the four-way test, right? You guys know what the four-way test is. The first one is this is truth. Is it fair to all concerned? If you follow the four-way test, you know, and Rotarians live by that, then I don't think that people who don't follow the four-way test should be Rotarians, honestly, right? You know, because part of our core values is you come in, you know you're going to follow the four-way test. So, the specifics of what you need, I don't think anywhere near 20% of Rotarians that are I hope that clears up. I think Rotary is one of the best values and ethics-driven organizations in the world. You know, again, if you have a bad, we call it a bad apple or a person you think's evil or not following the core values, then you should raise that up to your leaders there and let them help address that. And if that doesn't work, then we have all kinds of ways within Rotary to escalate it to find out what that situation is and how we would correct that. But I don't. I mean, that's what I would say right now. Did that help, Kitty? I don't know if
I think it will help. So, folks, I will recommend you put those questions in writing and send it to me or directly to Steve.
Okay.
Anyway, so did I answer your question then, Jeff? So
okay.
You're not really in the networking, but you can tailor your club experience to what. That's what the club membership survey and experience is about. Is what do you guys want? You know, we really haven't gotten into that discussion, but what does this club want to do? Yeah.
Right. So I saw that you were on the same email from Andre. She sent to Rick and me and you and somebody else, and I think it was congratulating us on something, but we never could get into whatever it was. Did you? You know, she was.
I think was your membership experience thing? Yeah, because you guys had 32 members, you know, from your honoraries, right? That's what I get. So that email was. But I get. You have to forgive me. I get hundreds of emails.
Well, she was congratulating us on something, so we just don't know what.
Well, again, you guys, you're a small club, so every new member you bring in is a huge win, right? But again, I would encourage each of you to think who do you know professionally or personally would be able to help move the ship forward in the Rotary direction. Some of you have values.
5 new members so far this year.
That's great. I know that's amazing. That's amazing progress. Of course, yeah. It's a great job. Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I may expand on what Sandra is saying.
Yeah.
During the previous term of office, we were able to, as a club, groom, mentor, and brought in 12 members from Cameroon. That has actually increased our number. That's what that email intends to be.
Yeah. And again, we want to keep bringing in more and more people of diverse backgrounds. That's how we grow. Well, it's diverse backgrounds, but diverse thoughts, diverse ideas, diverse perspectives. All right. Any other questions? Sorry, guys. I wish I could have shown you things a little bit more better from an AV perspective. I really don't have to walk around with PC. But anyway, it was a pleasure talking to you all today, and hopefully transfer a little bit of knowledge to you. And again, I'm super excited about the direction and future of Rotary. We do have really impassioned and visionary leaders, and again, you're going to see a lot less zigzagging, more consistency along the strategy. That's how you grow an organization. So that's what we're looking forward to, or looking towards to. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Apologize on behalf of the club for not having the appropriate audio video equipment. That is in the office, and that's one of our growing issues.
Yeah. Okay.
Certificate of
Thank you
appreciation
so much.
from us.
Thank you.
We, it's a customary thing. We have guests, we have them sign.
Oh, okay, great.
Sign a book, and we
Okay.
put this in the locker.
Nice, very nice.
Sign in that little white. There you
Yeah,
go.
right on the line there.
Right.
That's great. Thank you so much. That's a great idea.
Can I get a picture of you holding that book we paid for?
Well, we're gonna do some pictures out. How about that?
Okay.
Well, here. Go
There we
get
go.
this.
That's it. Hey, look at those guys. They're Rotarians. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, we got an induction to do
Okay, great.
for Wallace. Please, could you step forward?
And Sam, are you gonna come up too as a sponsor then?
Well, Jeff shares in this.
Okay.
Get on up there, Jeff.
Jeff, come on, baby. Come on, come on. This is part of it, Jeff.
Yeah.
As he remembers.
I think it.
Wally. All right, so I have a little script, and unfortunately it's on my camera, so it's pretty small. So I apologize for not like making good eye contact here and everything. But on behalf of the Rotary Club of Tyrone, it is my privilege to induct a new member today. Please allow me to introduce Wally Drake. Am I saying that right? Or Drake? Or Drake? You say Drake. Drake? Okay. You should have had that corrected ahead of time, and then Sam, you're officially a
Well,
He's
Jeff
gonna
mentioned
be-
it during, and I wanted.
Okay, well, a great teamwork there. So again, each member of our club was hand-selected and recommended by a Rotarian. And such, we are now extending this membership to you, Wally. You're beginning a great adventure in leadership, in friendship, and in service to your community, both locally and around the world. You've been invited to membership in this organization and this club, and has found you to be a person of good character, high ethical standards, person who has a heart for service, and will represent the ideals of Rotary International as a leader in the community. I encourage you to learn all you can about Rotary and strengthen your own leadership and communication skills by actively participating in the activities of the Rotary Club, including meetings, social events, and service projects. Through your membership, you will enjoy a network of business leaders and professionals, and we commit ourselves to be a part of making you feel welcome in the club. I personally am proud to be a Rotarian, and it is my pleasure to provide this pin. You guys pin, or okay, you have a pin? Okay, so you'll get a pin. One of the things you always do in these is improvise, adapt, and overcome, right?
I can let him share.
So again, I wear my pin whenever I put the suit on, so basically some other pins to show the Rotary logo as best I can. We ask you wear it proudly every day, not every day, or whenever you can. I wear it for special occasions. I now have a challenge for you. My challenge is for you to share the gift that has been given to you by this club, and to invite another person of your same qualities of leadership, character, and honor in becoming a Rotarian. It's only one of the best things you can do in a Rotarian. The Rotary Club is bringing another member you think is a good member. You accept the challenge? Sure. All right. With that, I declare you duly inducted as a member of the Rotary Club of Tyrone. You're now the newest member of Rotary in the world. And remember, when you shake the hand of a Rotarian, you're in reach of 1.4 million more Rotarians. Together, we work to enrich youth, to help with promote peace. So I'd ask that everybody in the club please rise up. Let's give a warm welcome to today's member, Rotary Club of Tyrone and Rotary in the world. So congratulations. Absolutely. Probably had a lot of things. Congratulations. Thank you. I don't know if you guys generally do like a speech or something about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, the way Wally serves, the way Wally got met is our street number is the same.
Oh,
And so the
Mailman.
mailman put his mail in my box and my mail in his box.
Okay, it's a different street, but with the same
Yeah.
number.
But they start with S.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
local street. So we ended up, we shared a bottle of wine. Whenever get you.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
Congratulations on your club.
Now that everybody's sat down and got comfortable,
Stand back.
surprised for the four-way test. We have to-
Yeah.
Four-way test of the things we think stay.
Stay or leave.
Is it the truth?
Is
Is
it-
it all concern?
Will it be-
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much.
Hang.
Finished right on time.
Hey, just real quick.
The takeaway for me was that you were on the first step.
Yeah.
The rest of it.
But that's how he does it and
Rick
everything.
mentioned Toys Prize thing.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about, what we were thinking is we have the election set up at the table, we're about 10. I have all kinds of different people come and stand behind the table and greet people when they walk. All you do is greet people when they walk in the door. 3-hour shift, 2 shifts a day, 3 weekends. I thought it'd be awesome if we could get, like you were saying, Rotary Club banner, shirt, and all that stuff behind the table with us. Man, those tables. So I'm gonna send out, I look at the dates. It's the 17th and 18th of November, Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday and Sunday behind Thanksgiving, and the next 2 Saturdays and Sundays. So it's 3 Saturdays and Sundays in a row. And all we have to do is pick a day in there or even a 3-hour portion of a day. It's 2 people on each table, we have 4 if we want, but that's all it takes to do that. And I've got a link, I can send that out, but I guess we all need to look at our schedule and see if there's a 17th, 18th, 25th, 26th, 2nd, 3rd. Those are the days that we do.
So you want us to do it as a group, you'd like us to do it as a group?
Well, yeah, I think, but that'd be good. If you don't want to just sign up as individuals, that's fine too. I think it'd be kind of.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think.
Okay, Liberia and Cameroon, could you hear me?
Let's choose one that's not Thanksgiving weekend.
5 on 5, Chairman.
Yes, Chairman, I can you.
Yeah, it's like I said, the 17th and 18th is the first one, and then the second one.
Right? Make a motion.
Okay, do you have anything to say really brief
I'll shoot an email
and just greet them and as a remark, closing remark?
Schedule, look at what days. Sign up.
Always, Chairman.
Okay, you have your Cameroon team just wanted to give their quick closing remarks to you guys. Go ahead, Raymond.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Raymond.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening there in the US, especially to Rick, the president, and Steve, our presenter of today. We want to thank Steve for his presentation on the doing things right the first time and getting what is wrong with it. I think we have a take-home message from there. That is a take-home message. And we promise what I think we do from today, henceforth, we'll do it right and really know what we have done wrong and promise to correct it subsequently. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
That's your SNT leader for the Tyrone Rotary Club extension in Africa. Okay. And they also have Liberian team joining you in the near future.
Oh, wow, that's great.
All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. All right. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.